My editing is unique. Have you ever wanted to build an ice cream machine powered by a nuclear reactor? Or plant in the ground some uranium? Or do you want to end your own existence? This is SkyFactory, a world with nothing besides a single dirt block with a dirt tree. But that nothing can be turned into everything. This pack is very realistic. SkyFactory is my favorite game to play while listening to IRS lady comes to your place and beats you up ASMR. Don't be scared by all of the isotopes and this mechanical mishmash, because it's all explained in the pack. This book can, for example, teach you how to bomb a city. You even have loading screen tips which help. You have loading screen tips. This mod pack is difficult in its own way, because instead of constantly dying like in RL Craft, you will be constantly crashing the game. But against all odds, I will completely break the game and become a flying death machine. So I hope you enjoy this utter madness where I treat the Geneva Convention like a bucket list. And even though it all started in the sky, it ended in a factory. There are plenty of word types to choose from. Purple, topography, purple, and a gazillion game modes. For instance, a tutorial. What am I, a casual? Give me ultra hardcore. I will begin with pornography. There's not really much to stand on. You start on a dirt tree, which you can utilize to make a cobble tree, and then a gravel tree, and then a clay tree. Simply you can obtain a sapling for any resource in the game. I could go for a diamond sapling if I were lame. What I require right now is a skibidi toilet sapling, with which I will be able to craft a level 10 gyat sapling. Staying alive here is trivial compared to my last mod pack. I've lived for more than 30 minutes now, so let's change that. I construct a platform for enemies to spawn, but they have guns. No. Wait. Stop shooting, I'm white. Okay, R2-D2, you can't kill me if I kill myself. And I'm fine. Zero luck involved, by the way. I knew totally that would happen. So to speed up the sapling growth, you need to twerk, similarly to real life. Alternatively, you can make a bonsai pot, which, and for all of my viewers who had a lobotomy or played Geometry Dash, this mod pack is called SkyFactory 4, meaning it's not only about the sky, but also automation. And that's what bonsais are for. Automating growing and later also cutting trees. Like a factory! A sky factory! Why would you make a cobblestone generator when you can make a cobblestone generator? And now I don't have to play the game. I love this mod pack. So where do you get animals from? So far I got everything from saplings, and this may surprise you. Animals do not grow on trees. They grow on bushes. You can make pig seeds, cow seeds, catgirl seeds, and many more. I grew myself from seeds. You don't believe me? Why don't you grow yourself some bitches? Next I craft a market. What's that noise?
Welcome, Heppe. Would you be interested in purchasing some goods?
Sure.
Just remember that wherever you are, I will find you.
Okay.
I grew up in a small village where I was raised by humans.
Cool.
My favorite activity is spreading misinformation on the internet.
I just want to buy some cabbage.
Cabbage is a leafy green, red or white veneer plant grown as an annual vegetable crop for its dense-leaved heads.
Do you sell it?
I have in stock 200 children kidneys.
What about cabbage?
One cabbage costs one human soul.
Okay.
Greetings. Greetings.
I'm gonna forget that this is part of the mod pack. Let's create something, because there are a handful of fancy blocks in the chisel mod, assuming you can fit 40 cubic meters of rock in your hand. But what should I build? Even though you get plenty of empty space in Skyblock, it's still nowhere near enough to build your mom. Do you hate playing video games? Well, I have a perfect item for you. Hopping bonsai pot. It grows and collects trees on its own. What more could you ask for? A chicken sandwich. It's delicious. But what if I told you that you can do nothing more efficiently? These trees take half a minute to grow, which compared to a real-life tree is only 23,064,000 times faster. That's unacceptable. Surely you can make it faster with mulch. It's not a complicated process, anybody could understand it. I begin by separating hydrogen and oxygen from water. The hydrogen will be used to create ethylene, and then liquid ethylene, which combined with oxygen can create high-density polyethylene, and then put Walter White on screen cooking. Yeah, that's probably faster. Now let's make some crystal. Next I make an ice cream machine. Take that, McDonald's. And it broke. See, this is stupid, cause it doesn't output the bucket after sucking out the milk. Why can you not automate this? I don't know how to fix this, but I do know how to not fix it. More power! So far I've been mainly using charcoal as fuel. I know it's lame, so let's hook up my ice cream machine to a nuclear reactor. Now we use uranium as fuel. So how does a nuclear reactor work? Well, first you need to separate the uranium isotopes. Sounds difficult, but there is a machine called the isotope separator. Input uranium. Done. With these isotopes, you make G-fuel, which you just put in the nuclear reactor. Now you have enough power to power a Brazilian household for 69 years. So, not enough. I need stronger fuel for my ice cream machine. Usually you get uranium by mining, which gets a little harder after you mine all of it. So I made a matter replicator, which is really annoying to deal with. I can forgive crashing my game 11 times, but breaking these blocks, no joke, takes over a minute. One misclick and you need to waste a minute of your life holding the left click. Of course you need to get some matter for this machine to work, ideally by sacrificing some useless junk. So I use diamonds, now with a machine that can make uranium out of anything.
Would you rather have unlimited uranium?
Yes.
Let me finish.
No, I'm taking unlimited uranium, you can't stop me. This reactor produces so much energy, even if I use it only 40% of the time, I have enough power to create more uranium. I only wish that nuclear reactors were safe.
It is done!
Nothing has changed.
Yes.
Okay, let's go explore other dimensions.
Why isn't this working?
Apparently, if you want to access the multiverse, you need to let yourself eat cake. It's not a lie. Don't you guys hate it when you're just peacefully trying to eat cake and you get teleported to France? This is Twilight Forest. This dimension is supposed to display what France will look like after I'm done with it. I only use this place for mining. Next we have the nether cake, or actually 2 nether cakes. Which one is real? So anyway, I bake some cake and enter the nether. Immediately after, I try to remember why I came here. I can grow netherrack, quartz and glowstone on a tree. And I can grow blazes or black skeletons on bushes. Seriously, why did I come here? Next we have the Genshin Impact cake. This is, in fact, my favorite dimension. Time to gamble. Tarnation. I'm going back to Roblox. Next there is an end cake, but first let's prepare for the Ender Dragon fight. I have a plasma shotgun, a high tier jetpack, a manulium custom made longsword, crystallized obsidian armor. Okay, I'm ready, let's go! Where dragon? Okay, let's just get the elytra. Remember that when you fall, you come back from the top, and that is perfect for elytra. You can fly at max speed with no firework. Unfortunately, there aren't any places that you can fly to, so it's kind of useless. Next cake, we have the cheesecake. Yes, I always wanted to go to the cheese dimension, let's go! There's also one other dimension, it's the Lost Cities dimension. I think I left my reactor on at home, bye! Oh, I'm such a silly fanboy, what a goofy mistake I made. Looks like someone's having a meltdown. Video game leaks. Dude, the GTA 6 looks so bad. Nuclear reactor leaks. Enough of that flummery. Time to become based and red-pilled. I need more power, and if it hurts a little, then so be it. Doctor, turn off all my inhibitors.
No!
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Okay, that straight up killed me. I am very dead. And that feels good. Now I need a recharge station and better mechanical body parts. Time to kill. So I slaughtered the entire population of hell to roll on some new artifacts, I mean body parts. I need more damage. Time to upgrade. I no longer need to eat, I no longer need oxygen. We got nanomachines, son. You can't hurt me, but you can crash my game. Faster movement speed, step assist, item magnet. Now I'm doing gaming. In this episode of Five Nights at Freddy's Game Theory, we will be proving that yet another human-looking character is secretly a robot. So my construction of the new nuclear reactor begins. I mean, my last reactor was so powerful that I only needed 40% of its power, and this one will be better in every single way. It's massive, and most of that inside is coolers. So many ice blazes had to die. But the new reactor will be significantly safer. It will take an inhuman amount of silliness to break it. Of course, it will require tons of resources. Many of them unfortunately cannot be made with the matter replicator, meaning I'm actually gonna need to do some off-camera mining. But first, let's take a look at some new weaponry. I got a sniper rifle, shotgun, rifle, whatever this laser thingy is. You can also modify and color them. So let's now test out my maxed out sniper rifle on this creeper. Mr. President, get down! Mr. President! There we go. Yeah, it insta-kills pretty much everything. While I'm in the Twilight Forest, I also explore the floating structures, which are kind of easy. Like, I already became an unkillable flying death machine with every weapon in existence, which throws coins and ricochets bullets off of them into enemies. Wait, that's a different mod. It was correct up until the coins part. So I slaughter everything, to the point where my inventory is full from monster loot. Let's see what's in these chests. 1 diamond. For real. I have a machine at home that makes 1 diamond every 10 seconds. This whole place is a waste of time. I'm going home. Let's kill the Ender Dragon. For fun. This game is starting to feel like creative mode. I will now make what I should have made ages ago. There are like custom chests with any color, and I think they're a little bigger. You can also make backpacks. Yeah, I think this might be useful. Also, you can put water in the nether. This feels like a bug, but it's a feature because there's an achievement for it. Enough of me being mid. Let's go for the strongest gear in the game, which is the Supremium gear. You can make a fully automatic Supremium farm using a Wither data model. First, what is a data model? It's a machine learning algorithm which simulates Minecraft mobs. First, you need to learn Python. Welcome to the first episode of Femboy Coding. Here's how to create an AI. Go to ChatGPT and copy the entire code. But that's not all. In order for your machine learning model to be efficient, you need to feed it data. If you want a better zombie model, you need to kill a dozen of zombies. If you want to level up a human model, then do a little trolling. After you feed the model enough data, you can run a simulation where you create an artificial mob that instantly dies afterwards. And in the loot fabricator, you can fabricate loot. These names are actually self-explanatory, and you get loot really fast, and it only requires power and some clay, which I have. So all that remains is for me to kill 95 withers, which is pretty easy, but time-consuming. And if I were normal, I would probably fight them one at a time, but I am so far from normal. Here's 40 withers at a time. This was a mistake. But I didn't ask my poor PC. Yo, can you take 40 withers at once? Okay, next slide please. Unfortunately, the withers just did so much damage to each other that I didn't really need to do much. I mean, my sword ran out of durability, but that's alright, because a sniper rifle is a viable melee weapon. Well, gamers, we did it. The next thing I do is upgrade my jetpack to the highest tier, the platinum jetpack. And with the strongest jetpack, I never use it again, because I just got Supremium armor, which gives me flight like in creative mode. I'm gonna use this set from now on. And it comes with custom charms. First, speed boost. Now I'm zooming. It's still slower than flying, by the way. Second, strength. Yes, now we go from killing mobs in one hit to killing mobs in one hit. On the helmet I can do night vision, which I already have from the Android store, or fire resistance. Let me test if fire even does any damage to me. Well, I regenerate significantly faster than lava kills me, but I'll take it anyway, because the glitching screen effect is annoying. Lastly, 20% resistance to everything. I am ready for the Lost Cities. I remember Lost Cities from RLcraft as the ultimate late game area where even with the strongest gear, with all the potions effects, stealth is still more recommended. But currently I am even stronger than in RLcraft, and I was quite strong back then. There's no infected. These are all just regular zombies. Are you kidding me? Well, let's see what these chests have. 3 diamonds, 4 air. I am not even gonna waste my inventory space with those. I am done with the lame cities. Let's bomb them. First, acquire knowledge. Second, max out ship, because I'm rich. Third, change the font to Comic Sans globally. We got 3 bomb times. The small boy, fat man, and morbidly obese grandpa. Let's quickly smelt wood. This part isn't sped up like most of the video. I'm using the ultimate furnace, which has over 9000 efficiency. I can also accept quests in this game. Craft 2 anvils. Nothing happened. Turns out you need to press the accept button first. Here's 2 more anvils. I got some XP, that's actually useful. And I can now get some upgrades, like the cloaking field. Now I'm... But I can't see anything either. Or teleportation, that's actually really convenient. How does it get any better from here? Simple, we'll make a power generator stronger than the nuclear reactor with the size of 1 block. Welcome to compact machines. We will be compacting everything, myself included. They are small and you can go inside them, build something and leave by eating the interdimensional cake. You can make this room bigger by making it smaller. So, is it bigger or smaller? It's the exact same size, you can't explain it. I now have more room and no way home. The game didn't give me cake this time. You can technically craft that cake, but it requires a cake, so I need a cow. Fortunately, I have the backpack always with me, now I can work with that. To plant a cow, you require leather. I could fish, but I would need to fish. I just need 2 strings, which you get from a cottonwood sapling by getting the dirt sapling, which I don't have. Okay, time to start thinking outside of the box. So how about I get outside of the box? These blocks are unbreakable, but I can teleport out with a bucket of resonant ender, if I get lucky. And I'm home! And then I realized I could have returned home by left-clicking with the device that I had with myself the whole time! But let's go inside again, and then go inside again. There is no limit. Place a compact machine inside a compact machine that is inside the compact machine that is... Yo gamers, Heppe here. Today I locked myself in an insane asylum for 100 days. So this is my quartz farm, which is very important because quartz looks nice. Now let's solve storage forever with filling cabinets where you put folders. Oh, you thought this chest was big. Cabinets have infinite storage space. You can just slap it on top of a tier 5 cobblestone generator and then wait. At this point, I don't even know why I'm storing all of this garbage in my folders. I have a feeling I'm never going to use 13,000 sticks, or 250,000 cobble. Actually, why am I collecting this? Am I just addicted to seeing big numbers? Is that an actual fetish? Speaking of big numbers, the nuclear reactor can currently produce 16,000 redstone flags, aka power, per tick. And there's an achievement for making 25,000. That's not a problem, I will just have to use stronger fuel, replace uranium-235 with plutonium-241 oxide, giving us the MOX fuel, which makes 24,300 RF per tick. Are you kidding me? Now you gotta be careful, because this fuel is unstable in my current reactor setup, meaning I can't use it at 100% power. I mean, technically I can, that's what I did last time. 10% power is enough to power all of my machinery. I do want to get all the achievements, so we're going back to uranium-235, just increasing its density by 400%. Do not try this at home, all of my nuclear reactor owners out there. This is the HEU-235 fuel. It's way beyond those 25,000. Or you know what, let's oxidize it. I don't care that it's completely unstable. We'll run the reactor at 6%. Here goes 67,000 RF. I think I overshot it a bit, but we got it. What should I get now? How about more power? In this compact machine, I could make a tunnel and connect it... Wait, connected to my flax network. Quartz saplings don't only create quartz, but also wood, which you can filter into a combustion engine, and then, because I'm rich, slap 4 stacks of speed modifiers to it, and that's another achievement. Let's see which ones I'm still missing. Obtain an octuple compressed netherrack. Basically, if you have too much netherrack, you can make a compressed netherrack out of 9 netherrack, but then you can also make a double compressed netherrack out of 9 compressed netherrack, or 9 to the power of 2 netherrack blocks. So how much is an octuple netherrack? It's 43 million netherrack. Huh, that's more netherrack than you can fit in your inventory. In fact, it's over 18,000 inventories. I will leave 2 netherrack saplings on this chest with an automated compression system. So now I just need to AFK for 6.8 years. Okay, maybe we just need to make an actual netherrack factory. Now it's 138 days, that's still too long. Should I just give up? Yes, I should, that would be the correct approach. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Mine netherrack myself? Even with the drill, it would take ages. But what if I were to use excavate together with an item magnet to mine over 500 blocks in one click? Now I'm cooking. At this rate, I can mine 21,000 netherrack per minute. And that way, I only have to spend 34 hours. Yeah, no thanks. I downloaded this mod to build factories, not play prison. Did anyone ever get octuple compressed netherrack without prestiges? I don't think so. Especially not in a single player world. I am going to come back to netherrack later on, because you also need to obtain 10,000 of every ore in the game to make singularities, which is significantly easier than 43 million netherrack. I can already check lapis and redstone off of my bingo card. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's also an octuple compressed sugarcane, which is even harder to get. Heppe, why are you growing weed? Oh, that isn't weed, it's steel. Steel from the steel clams we're having. Steel clams. You're growing steel on plants? Yes, right next to my lithium and boron plantation. This pack clearly is not trying to be realistic. You can tell because astrology works. I hope you like books, because the astral sorcery tutorial makes the Bible look like my comment section. This mod wants you to play with magic rocks and build altars, but I prefer to look at the sky and create my own constellations, like headphones. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you anything. Unlike the mystical agriculture mod, which is insanely powerful, it allows you to plant anything. But building these dirt fields takes time, which I would prefer to spend fishing in Genshin Impact. This block can copy and paste structures and even crash my game. I cannot rejoin because I immediately crash again. I should also mention that turning the game on takes 4 minutes every time. Is my world lost forever? I must reach that block and destroy it. But I can only join for 1 second and then have to launch the game again. I don't even see anything. Die! Yes! Never again! Be gone! I can't throw away items because of this magnet. Okay, relax. Take a break from farming. Make myself a sandwich. In fact, I'll make the ultimate sandwich. I can't eat it, I'm still a robot. My personal favorite part of this mod pack is definitely nuclear craft, because I'm a nerd. And if you are also a nerd, you may have heard about fusion reactors. So far, I have only used fission reactors. The difference between fusion reactors and fission reactors is one of them is amazing and the other is even more amazing. The fusion reactor is an ultimate late game power source because it produces the most energy out of anything. The mod pack is even nice enough to give you 2 different models to choose from. I'll do the nuclear craft one because the other one requires a naturally generated gravitational field, and unfortunately my world is very far from natural generation, so these fields only appear in other dimensions. So kind of like in real life, fusion reactors are expensive. They require really powerful electromagnets. I will need 192 of them. Fortunately, my name is Jeff, so I just happened to have a fusion reactor in my garage. Now the hardest part, ignition. I mentioned earlier that the fusion reactor is part of the ultimate late game. Yeah, it's so late that the first ignition in history happened in December 2022. But up until the day of this recording, there has been no fusion reactor that generated more power than it required. 7,000 people on Earth and nobody pulled it off. Until today. 7,000 people on Earth and I will supply power for all of them. So 192 electromagnets, each has to be powered with 200 RF per tick constantly. If they aren't, it goes kaboom. So to run this thing you need to generate 38,400 power. Oh, you want to make a fusion reactor? Back up your world. Before you even think about turning it on, get good fission reactors. This one right here is not good enough, so I made it longer. Listen, it doesn't need to look, it just needs to work. And work it does. I can comfortably make 63,000 power. 38 is required constantly for the electromagnet, but you also need to initially heat up the reactor to 8 million Kelvin. So I will temporarily use batteries, which will be enough to reach 8 million Kelvin eventually. In the meantime, I also need to think about the actual hydrogen that will flow in this reactor. Normally you would take water from oceans. There's quite a lot of ocean on Earth, but for obvious reasons, I will use infinite water sources. You can craft them with 2 water buckets, so let's make 64 of them combined into one. Now, you can get a stack of water in one click. So I have the hydrogen plasma and the reactor should be running, so let's harvest that power. It's producing 600 RF, and it requires 38,000 RF. Now, I'm not a mathematician. Wait, yes, I am a mathematician. That's literally my major. We just need to wait for the temperature to go up and the deuterium to come out. Actually, big respect to this mod for making the fusion reactors work the same way as in real life. Now, I know hydrogen deuterium is not as good as deuterium tritium, but I'm still getting there, alright? 400,000 RF per tick is decent. The current temperature is over 1 billion Kelvin. That's approximately over 1 billion Celsius. Funny that at this level the unit which you use makes no difference unless you use Fahrenheit. So for the Americans it's like 7 million hot dogs. So with this hot hydrogen plasma it's almost like if I owned the sun. Except not at all, this plasma is hundreds of times hotter than the sun. It would be a shame if the electromagnets run out of power because I turned off the fission reactor. Just kidding, it's fine, we are way past ignition, the reactor is self-sustainable. Wait, why isn't it running? It's full. Oh well. I guess it's my best opportunity to taste test the yummy pink sauce, which I always wanted to try. It's really fast. I guess I'm back to the fission reactor. I wonder how much power it can make with the HEU fuel. Nice, 250k. Man, reactors are difficult. God bless those reaction streamers. No, my last McDonald's employee, after I replaced everyone else with AI, save yourself! The plasma has millions of degrees. Okay, I didn't do anything wrong, the only one at fault should be natural selection. When you spill the milk versus when you spill the corium. You guys have been producing poop for me long enough, you can also be free. My pig is so stoned right now. Huh! Producing sand was this easy all along? What else have I not tried? Like most of this mod pack. Oh yeah, there's an automatic wither builder. I can confirm, it really gets boring after like 69 withers. It's funny how sugarcane and cactus have no growth limit other than the build limit. I actually planted it 7 months ago. Something is creating itself underneath my base. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Just like those withers. My iron farm is still working, unlike the compact machine, which someone filled with resonant ender, so it immediately teleports you out. Let's put my PC to a test. It actually handled hundreds of items on the ground. You know what I haven't done in a while? Died. I respect the custom death messages. The absolute zero liquid helium turns you into Bose-Einstein condensate, which is exactly what you would expect it to be. Okay, let me get my stuff back. Never mind, I think this world is done for. How many other game modes are there? Oh right, a gazillion. I will showcase the best of them, starting with Mewing Simulator. My objective is to beat the top guy and then Giga Sigma in a mogging battle. Not sure what that means, I just left click. Riz up Ricardo, level 10 Giat, Brian doing, Skibidi. This game just doesn't end, unless you leave. Next game mode is the tutorial, and judging by my last playthrough, I should actually learn how to play. Okay, this is just normal SkyFactory. Next! Cave Dimension. Honestly, it's really cool. I rate it 5 loot bags out of 5. Just don't go up, cause you won't be able to go back because of the height limit. Compact Sky. It's a little too claustrophobic. Good luck making a nuclear reactor in a 3x3 world. Sky Grid. Yes, I always wanted to play this. Going up is kind of hard, so let's try to go down. Wait, that just kills you. So doing the SkyFactory progression is impossible without the dirt sapling. It's time for the good old sky block. This game is amazing. Just a normal world? Wait, I can still use excavate. I mean, each time I do, I have to craft a new pickaxe, but that's kind of OP. There aren't any ores. Yeah, I don't think you can do much here. Landing, factory, crash, sky. This is probably my favorite one, because you start with a gun. It's also a good opportunity to try prestiges. You see, just like every other Roblox tycoon, you can prestige here, though it works like in Cookie Clicker. To prestige, you need to complete achievements, and to get 1 point, you need approximately 3 hours. And now you can unlock hopping bonsai pots. There goes my 3 hours. So the faster way of generating prestige points is a parabox, which only requires power and generates 1 point every 10 minutes. With the slight downside of putting your entire world in a time loop. So honestly, why do you even play the game? All progress resets after you cash in those points. Alright, let's see how much I got. That is 2 prestige points, and I need 100. You could make a better parabox which generates 3 times more points, but honestly, yeah. Gee golly, it's so good to be back after going AFK for 100,000 minutes. In my old world, I had prestige disabled, meaning I have all the mods unlocked except for Project E. But fortunately, there is a command that enables prestige. Oh, and don't worry why my whole world is back to normal. Heppe is just like the Family Guy, who gets his whole house obliterated and literally dies, but in the next episode he's fine. Turning on Prestige mode disables all the mods that I haven't unlocked, but I unlocked all of them. You see, there is one mod that can only be used in Prestige mode. It's Project E. This mod is kind of nuts. It certainly helps you to completely break the game. So there's this EMC, which stands for, I don't care, we will call it money. Now everything has its own price. That price is not necessarily the same as in Matter Overdrive. Money can be obtained by getting rid of items, and items can be obtained by getting rid of money. Except it's so convenient that you can literally treat the transmutation table as just a better chest. Items go in, items come out. You can't explain it. I can sell 4 stacks of nether stars as well as my diamonds and uranium, which took me 5 minutes. And I present to you the octuple compressed nether rack. And the best part is, I can sell it back and get my $43 million cash. The money system is very fair for everyone except the government, who can just print out more money. In the world of Skyblock, there is no one that can stop you from starting a government. Not anymore. So I set up the money printers, and just to make it even faster, Mado in heaven. I never had this much control before. Is this what the US government feels like all the time? With 24 times big pedestals and 3 maxed energy collector setups. I just realized I never made myself a house. I have reactors, the everything factory, hundreds of millions of dollars, but no house. I think it's time to build a house. Doesn't have to be big, just something that would be enough for an average Harvard student. Looks good. That just reminded me about the octuple sugarcane block. The only problem is that it's 32 times more expensive than the netherrack. So while my blob of glowstone is running, I'll go collect singularities like if they were infinity stones. I got over $1 billion, where is my octuple sugarcane? Cool. Unfortunately it doesn't do anything. So as you can see, Project E is a completely balanced mod, which allows you to basically duplicate items. But that's not everything it can do. It also adds new gear, which is even better than Supremium, and the tools are a little too good. So good that the mod allows you to manually change their damage and mining speed. I always wanted to become a war criminal. Here's a slightly stronger TNT. Use it to delete lost cities from the mod pack. It's funny because it doesn't do damage, but at the same time it's so powerful that after the lag, everybody dies. This is the genocide ending, and it's completely justified because I didn't like the lost cities. So let's now do the pacifist ending, because that's an actual game mode. It's the same as regular SkyFactory, with one difference. And I failed. This is not a game mode for me. Next we have Lost Cities, where you can do the regular progression, except why would you? You are already a god, so behave like one. Wait a second, you can scroll. Okay, there are more game modes than a gazillion. This looks like a more billion. Next is the Project Tree with a capital E. What could it be? Overpowered maybe. You start with a tree and turn it to E. Duplicate a B. This is crazy. Get stuff for free with ingots free. Too easy. Next game mode is SkyFactory. I'm kidding. I'll spare your ears. They survived like 12 Vine Boom sound effects by now. You start with a bigger dirt tree, which makes it harder for you to soft lock yourself, which by the way happened to me once, where I didn't get the dirt sapling, so there was nothing I could do. Next is Observatory. If you can ignore terrible puns, this is a good game mode for people who can't build, like me. Sky Village. This game mode really says a lot about our society. Oh really? What does it say about our society? It says... And by our society, I mean only me, and it's too late to stop me. I'm gonna be honest, some of these game modes are even more lame than my first ever video. Here, what, right? With the dispensers. Oh no, it's a box of lava. It's gonna do so much damage to me when I instantly break the whole glass box. Wow. Okay, this one looks interesting. Next frame, please. What are some good game modes? Become forklift certified, Obi. Trust me, this is a lot harder than it looks. Now we enter the particle accelerator, and now we leave the particle accelerator. New Minecraft update looks sick. Next, you can choose unlimited cobblestone, but no cobblestone. Wait, I think I can still salvage this. I missed. These other game modes can be really challenging, like, I'm kidding. This is normal SkyFactory, except it's dark, and this is normal SkyFactory, except it's even darker. Yeah, that's about all the game modes. There is one last thing I want from this mod pack, and it involves big numbers. I am addicted to those. Ignoring the 10 million cobblestone I accumulated over time, the time in question, I actually spent the last 8 hours learning about fusion reactors. I learned from these scientists that you're not really going to make profit with hydrogen-hydrogen reactions. They instead came up with a clever idea of making 2 reactors, the big one and a smaller fusion generator that fuses hydrogen, deuterium and creates helium-3, and that helium-3 then gets used by the bigger fusion reactor to create insane amounts of power in a helium-3 deuterium fusion. So I also made a second reactor. I actually made it 24 blocks radius, which is the maximum, and I need it for the achievement. Here's how I automated it. Infinite water gets separated into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen gets dumped. Nobody needs oxygen in their life. The reactor uses hydrogen and deuterium. The deuterium gets extracted from the heavy water, which gets extracted from regular water. I don't know the exact numbers in real life, but in this mod pack, hydrogen deuterium produces the most helium-3. That helium-3 then goes all the way to the big guy to do the hydrogen helium-3 fusion, which in this mod pack creates the most energy out of all reactions. This layout is pretty good, but has one downside. The tiny boy doesn't produce enough helium-3 to keep the big guy running. So I built 3 more fusion reactors, which is technically still not enough. But the big guy doesn't have to run 24/7. It's so easy to power these reactors once you have one of them. You input like 2 million RF per tick stored in the balls and the temperature just skyrockets. Now I just wait for the big guy to reach 3 billion degrees. We're gonna do that by getting rid of the speed pedestals. Yes, you heard it right. By slowing down the time, I will reduce the lag, so my world's tick rate can go back to 20, since the Project E time speed has no effect on nuclear craft anyway. While I wait, I finally obtained the ultimate singularity. You have no idea how difficult it was, because Enderium is not transmutable in Project E, so I had to actually farm it, can you imagine? But now I am holding one of the hardest to obtain items in the whole mod pack, and it's completely useless. It just gives an achievement. Speaking of achievements, there's also one for producing over 3 million RF per tick. That's easy, I have 6 million power in Rise of Kingdoms because I chose the Android nation, which has the ability to run fast. Anyway, that's a little overkill. Even if you never used an energy efficiency upgrade in any of your machines, they would probably require 200,000 RF per tick, so I have 30 times that, and I'm not even at 100% efficiency. This isn't even my final form. I guess the last thing remaining is to put myself in an endless time loop from the empowered parables that will forever ask me for bacon singularities, while I struggle to figure out how do I input it. Oh, you have to use a hopper. I forgot hoppers exist in this game because of the pipes. It's gonna take me some time getting used to regular Minecraft again. Where is my sniper rifle? I highly recommend SkyFactory to people who have the IQ at the temperature level of my reactor. It really says a lot when you crash more often than you die in your entire playthrough. The modpack is really old. I expected it to be more dead, but no, there are still tons of people playing it every day. I imagine the multiplayer is really fun. That's why I haven't played it. I hate fun. My most hated fan is the one from FNAF 1. Can you make fans in SkyFactory? Probably. I haven't mentioned about half of this modpack in this video. It's so big. So I hope you enjoyed this thing that you just watched. I will now drink a glass of liquid deuterium and then go back to my usual activities like feeding donuts to wild bears. Like the video so I can figure out what likes do, because I still don't know. Someone please explain to me what likes do. Bye!